So the benefits of exercise. Most people think, I believe, that the benefits of exercise are, what you get to look like and the clothes that you get to wear and, how you look during the summer at the beach in your bathing suit. In my opinion, as a physical therapist and as a clinician and as a father to 3 daughters who like to wear bikinis, that's completely beside the point. That's a secondary benefit. It's a fringe benefit, if you will, or a result, not necessarily the goal. It might be the goal for some people, but for God's sake, the benefits of fitness and of exercise, how about it's the most powerful antidepressant on the planet? Like, God's honest truth, if you could take everybody who's currently taking antidepressant medications and get them in a gym and get them on a really well-dialed, well-programmed training program that included strength training and some cardiovascular fitness training and conditioning and perhaps an occasional high-intensity interval training type program, and you got their nutrition dialed, guess what? They're likely not going to need that antidepressant, whatever it might be, whatever type of med it might be. It helps regulate your hormones, dopamine, serotonin. It helps regulate your mood. It helps you get better sleep. It elevates your libido. It gives you more energy. It helps you say no to certain tempting food options because you're working so hard at becoming more than you were before. Healthier, more disciplined, more focused on your goals, and you have more energy. So guess what? That slice of cake with, disgusting drizzled, frosting all over it, no thanks, I'll pass, and maybe I'll have some more chicken, my main course, or maybe I'll have some more vegetables. And if I do reach for a sweet, it's gonna be a reasonable portion. It's not gonna be ridiculous, and it's not gonna be all the time. It's gonna be every now and then because my lifestyle choices have changed, because I'm so committed to my health and my fitness. It'll keep you away from the doctor, okay? It literally, people talk about healthcare all the time. Healthcare is a responsibility of each and every one of us as individuals. So strength training, conditioning, cardiovascular exercise, just going for a walk, going for a swim, lifting weights, riding a bike, whatever you want, whatever you deem exercise is for you, that's a responsibility that you have to yourself. It's a responsibility you have to everyone that you care for and that you love. It's a responsibility that you have to everyone in your charge if you own a company and you're responsible for people's paychecks. It is a responsibility. And if you have children, guess what? They're gonna learn a lot more from what you do than what you say. And for me, one of my proudest private, quiet accomplishments that I keep right here, all 3 of my daughters love going to the gym. They love training. They're teenagers and it's already in them. They've been watching Dad their entire life hit the gym, and they understand what it does for me and for my energy and for my mood, and they see the way that I eat. They're all doing what they see me do, and that is probably, if I had to say, one of the things I'm most proud of, it's them. It's that. And it's that they're watching. So if you're a parent, do it for them. Do it for the next generation of your family. Why not? It's a gift that costs you nothing other than a little bit of discipline and a little bit of time. It's worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, a couple things that you mentioned is, mood and energy. So one of the reasons why I like to train is I love to play pickup basketball. I love to go out for a run. I love to hike. I like to do hard activities. But I know if I don't train my body to do those things as I'm getting older in my 30s, those things are gonna be a little more difficult. Those things might put me a little more risk for injury. So I train to do the things that I love to do. I might not have kids and I might be in a different stage of life than you. So your reason for training right now might be different from 20 years ago. At my stage of my life, I'm training to enjoy the things that I wanna do, not just in my 30s, but in my 40s and my 50s and my 60s. When I was graduating from high school and entering in undergraduate school and studies, I was deciding what I wanted to do in my life. And I was choosing between business and exercise science. And I chose exercise science because I was the only one in my family who chose that route. And I was looking around my family tree, and I've had 7 uncles die of heart attack. And I wanted to change that family tree. I wanted to be a leader for my family. I wanted to be a change for my family. And even my friends and my patients, right? So when I wake up first thing in the morning, I exercise for myself to feel better, to have more mood. When I come into clinic and when I come into work, I have great energy because I just got done with workout. So I'm filled with dopamine and serotonin, and everyone's like, why do you have so much energy? Well, I just finished a workout. I just put my body through physical stress, good stress, and it impacts how I work. It impacts my productivity. It impacts how I interact with human beings.
Correct. That's fantastic, and I'm gonna touch on a couple of the points that you brought up. I've always believed that exercise is a metaphor for life, and here's what I mean by that. Has every part of your life ever been easy, simple, smooth, light, easy?
Not at all.
Okay, and I think that that's probably true for every human being. So when I'm in a squat rack and I've got 315 pounds on my back, it is awful. It's awful. I think I'm going to die. I think the bar is going to crush me through the crust of the earth. But forcing myself to bear that load and to figure it out and to position myself and to handle stress, as you put it, physical stress, and you come through it on the other side and you're like, wow, I'm not dead. I actually feel invigorated. I feel amazing, and you've got this surge of blood, you've got this surge of energy, this surge of the feel-good hormones. It's a metaphor for life. Like, if I can do that physically, what else am I capable of doing? Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, how else can I stretch myself? Or if you do a new activity that you've never done before in the gym and you go, wow, I thought that was gonna really be painful, but hey, my mobility is improved, my strength is improved, my stamina is improved, and I handled that pretty nicely. It carries over and it bleeds, if you will, into every other part of your life. And you have an attitude of, I can do hard things. I can endure. I can try something new. And I know that even if it doesn't go exactly the way that I was hoping it would go, I can handle it and I'll come out okay on the other side. And people may think that's a bit of a stretch, but when you've been training as long as I have, it really does pay you so much more than the effort that it takes to actually get it done. Another way you might look at it is, I mentioned earlier that the way that it changes your body is a side benefit. It's not really the reason, at least not for me, but your body is the only thing that you carry everywhere you go. Can you go anywhere without it? Of course not. It's your business card. It is your first impression when you walk in a room. You either command respect with your physical presence or you do not. And that is invaluable in my opinion, particularly as a business owner. Like, you see somebody walk into a room and you either sit up a little straighter because of the way that person looks, stands, carries themselves, or you don't. And what does that? They haven't opened their mouth yet. They haven't said a word yet. Just their physical presence either says something or doesn't say something. And I think that's important for people to consider, okay? It may not be important to a lot of people, and that's fine, but you cannot deny that when you see someone who's in shape and you see someone who's not in shape, you know that the person who's in shape has earned that. They have worked for that. They have disciplined themselves for that. They don't eat certain foods. They wake up at certain times. They work hard at that. And it just conveys a sense of personal responsibility, of discipline, of being able to stick to something for a long time. It says a lot of things without them having to say anything. It's important.